Yeah, I mean, as you grow in your career, right? As you grow as an engineer, as you build products, as you work for different companies, right? You are taught indirectly, implicitly to focus on value, right? Then you start realizing that making right technical decisions in certain areas of the software does matter. Choosing the right database, making some of these core, designing your data model properly. But at the end of the day, the hardest thing in software engineering industry is first running a company and not knowing what you should do, but when you should do it, right? So every single product manager, every single company out there that competes against a bunch of other companies, right? They know what they want to do. It's just what it is that you want to do at a certain time. And this is where the best product managers on the planet are very good at. It's not about, every single company has a huge backlog of things that they want to do. It's like, but what it is that we should do now, right? So these are the challenges of businesses. That's the same when in the previous discussion we had about frameworks, somebody said, why do we need frameworks? We need frameworks for business. We need them for easier hiring. We need them to constrain people of things not going out of control, et cetera, et cetera. So as you grow, in my experience in this industry, and I guess in every other industry, you realize that really what you do is everything is for the business, right? You need to pay those salaries. You need to make these customers happy. There's a lot of competition, and you want to keep solving their problem, right? So this is what a great engineer means to be, right? And you will, if you know how to write some decent code, you will write decent code in any language, right? With or without framework. Right, and people have been doing this. This is not my personal opinion. There's 90% of websites still are using jQuery, and half of the internet is still running on WordPress, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So the Rust and Zig are not something that the community craves for. It's the products that we build that customers crave for. And it's really like, once you kind of internalize this as a developer, then your perception changes, and you genuinely go to work. And, if you're using objectives and key results at work, if you're, solving problems using an OKR framework, then you start focusing more on this, right? Versus, that's really is. And technologies come and go, right? That's always has been. 20 years ago, we thought that nothing ever is going to beat jQuery or C okay, nothing still beats C, let's face that. But you get what I mean. And so these things are always dynamic. They will always change. What you might perceive as a great code today, in 5 years, somebody is going to read that, or in 3 years, and it's going to say, man, who the hell wrote this crap? This is terrible, right? But this is just dynamics of programming languages. But one thing is constant. It's the value that you have to deliver for your boss or your own company to continue producing money, right? So if you want to be a great software engineer, focus on the problems, right? And then work backwards. This is what Steve Jobs basically said, is like when he founded Apple, right? He said, well, let's start with the problem and then walk backwards to the technology, not vice versa. You're not writing code for the sole sake of writing code, right? So these are the things that, some people mature very early on in their career. They realize this very early. They realize that, and some never realize it, right? And I believe with the growth of AI and it's getting easier and easier and easier to write code, let's face it, right? Then people who don't realize this soon enough, they're going to have a hard time finding any work, right? Because can you traverse a binary tree or write, who cares? Nobody is going to care in a couple of years. Nobody is going to be asking these questions anymore, even. Lead code, whatever, who cares, man, right? Nobody will care, right? But if you establish yourself to be a valuable developer, you put yourself out there, you develop your critical thinking skills, problem-solving skills, trying to, when you get a job, you try to care about the product that you're building. I've heard countless times developers saying, oh, I don't care about the product. I'm just here to write code. Well, good luck with that. Good luck in the next 10 years. With that mentality, good luck, right? You're going to need it. Yeah, that's my take on that.